So the misuse of government messaging, it's very simple. Once you were told to stay home no matter what, and then the nuances don't come forward until months later, it's very easy to keep reinforcing the message. If you leave the house, then you're going to be non-compliant with the required regulations. What was at that point the law of the land, without necessarily going into what exemptions were made for survivors of domestic abuse. Not that it was clear in the beginning. In the beginning, I think it was more about if you're experiencing harm than actually saying if you're experiencing domestic abuse or other forms of violence. And then, sorry, I forgot the second part of the question, if you can repeat it for me.
It was the use of infection control measures as abuse.
So, again, if you are being told to stay at home or if you have to leave because of work requirements, if you're a carer or if you work in healthcare services or if you're a cleaner, then the easiest way to disrupt that is to infect you. And because at that point is really what is coming through in the news constantly is how scary the situation is. You will do the best you do to avoid it. So if I essentially go and tell you, I'm going to go out because I'm going to go out and then come and cough on you, of course, that is a way of controlling. I would probably just add that one of the things that we saw during this period that relates to both of these things is the lack of information made in different languages. And that might include other languages. We use Spanish and Portuguese, but we know that other languages, including BSL, were not included in this messaging, which made it a lot easier for perpetrators to act with impunity with certain groups, as well as, the clear messaging around how domestic abuse survivors were going to be supported first and foremost. That was also clearly accessible to communities like migrant communities that were subject to immigration restrictions and so on and so forth. It's just about if you do not have a message that's very clear, very easy to understand and accessible to people in whatever language they need, then you're giving perpetrators the perfect opportunity to continue exerting power and control over their victims.